Hello everybody, it's Suffolk Blue, all the way from merry old England. How the devil are you? I hope you're well. Welcome back to Minecraft on the V for Variety server, the Infinity Evolved mod pack, and just to say, we are no longer on the expert crafting mode. The guys all got together. We had a chat about it. We thought it was good fun in the start when we were starting to do it, where we were like, so we didn't want to be overpowered too quickly and have like all this fantastic stuff that I'm wearing now and all that sort of stuff. But when it gets further into the game and when you're trying to do videos especially, and you want to be able to show off new mods and stuff, not that I do a lot of mods, I'm more of a builder, but they do all the mods. It would take them in some respect. I think the AE took weeks, but it can take days, weeks, hours and hours and hours of play preparation just to be ready for an episode. Half an hour episode every week can take 3 weeks to make, so it didn't start to make any sense for them to really be able to have the expert crafting. So expert crafting has gone. We no longer have expert crafting. We are back to the normal crafting. Now, what are we going to do today? This is one of the rare occasions where I have absolutely no idea really what it is I'm intending to do today. I've logged on. I'm a little bit behind schedule. I've been really busy with stuff outside of YouTube, so it sort of threw me to 6, and I started a new series, Fallout 4. So if that's the sort of content you're allowed to watch or you want to watch it, then that's available to you now as well. At the moment, the initial episode is an hour long. I'm not actually doing hour-long episodes of Fallout 4. They're going to be half an hour, the same as everything else. I'm doing them once a week at the moment on a Saturday, but what I'm sort of thinking about, if it's popular and if it proves popular, then I might see if I can turn that into a daily series, because I can record Fallout 4 for hours. The other thing that I'm thinking of doing though is potentially taking the crafting aspect of Fallout 4, which is making a settlement, making it safe, making it all that sort of stuff, and doing that as a separate episode. So actually I have my weekend episode, if you like, and I might make those an hour long, where I'm going out into the wastelands and I'm doing stuff and I'm killing stuff and all that sort of great stuff, and then have my sort of crafting episodes, let's say, where we have like once a week maybe where we spend some time in Sanctuary Hills or any other settlement area that we want, and we actually work on making and building a settlement. I forgot I planted these over here. We have bananas. Dang it. I want to move some of these. What I'm thinking of doing, let me go and get my axe because I'm going to need to move some of these. Oh yeah, that's the face we did last time. What are we going to do today? I have no idea. This is so random. I think let's make a start on our sewage works, because we're going to make sludge. We are going to be having lots of sludge, so we might as well get that into a way that we can process it for all the good stuff that comes from it in a safe way. And also I'm going to offer that service to the other guys on the server, that they too can ship their sludge to Suff, and Suff will then fix that for them. Oops, turn the hover off, I'll put it back on again. And I will then process that sludge for them free of charge. That's an idea, isn't it? I could do that actually. I wonder if I should create in town as well then a sludge disposal tank, which I can go and empty if anyone's put any sludge in there, and then transport it across from spawn to here and then process it. And that's not a bad idea. That seems like good fun. There are no bees at the moment. We're going to come back to bees. Oh, everything's got to load in. I'm crashing. Something's wrong. There it is. Oh, it's such a slow load today. Ridiculous. No bees at the moment. Hello, Mr. Butterfly. No bees at the moment. I'm just going to take these bananas off here. Actually, we can eat one now. Oh, we can finish up our last delighted meal from Didge. I have already gone to Didge's and bought another stack of cheeseburgers, so I've got plenty of food, so that's okay. But we also have these, of course. Let's take these down, because that way we're going to be able to keep having banana trees, even though I'm about to get rid of the trees. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to have this sludge farm, or this sludge processing factory, much like I did with my Attack of the Bee team, which I did so many years ago now. Cashews! Same again, bomb, bomb. Let's keep these so we can keep the types of tree. There we go. If we get any saplings off this tree, I don't think we did. It's a shame. I'm going to leave that one. We're going to get rid of this one, because we want a little bit of space, but we're going to have this we are going to have this sludge farm on the coast. It's going to be a water treatment plant that's going to be pumping stuff out in the same way that they did in the Attack of the B Team. I'm going to build it in a similar way. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do the big tanks though. I had some really massive, whopping great sludge tanks before. I suppose I could. What are these anyway? Avocados. Oops. Let's take this out of the way. Right, how much space have we got here? And what's the ground level like? Ground level is going to be at level 64. So which one is this? 64, this one? Yes. So it's not the bottomless one, it's the one up from that. Okay. Which is fine. That might be a little bit noisy in a second. Let's just turn that down. Blocks. Let's turn that down. Don't want that 100% because you won't be able to hear me. So we're going to build something similar to what we've done before in Attack of the B Team, but we'll give it its own special flavour, I think, on this server. Make it a bit different, and then, as I say, turn it into a little bit of an industry, which I can then use with the guys, and they can get rid of their sludge that way. And also, because we're going to have the farms over here as well, we can take that sludge, I think, and turn it into industrial fertiliser of some description, I think. But I think that's what we were doing in Attack of the B Team, actually. I'm not sure. That seems like such a long time ago, that series. Let's just chop this down and get ourselves a little bit of space. Let's have a look how much we got space-wise. Okay. We're going to take this back. I'm going to fill this in anyway, so take it all the way back. And this dirt's going to be quite useful. Digi has allowed me and has said that I can borrow, or I can have, some of the dirt that they're getting from their ender quarries, because I'm going to need a lot of topsoil to be able to line the inside of our valley. So he's very, very graciously allowed me to borrow or have some of his dirt. I don't think he's borrowing it. I don't think he wants it back. What was I? I'm finished with it anyway. Again, just naturally carve around these edges where some of these trees are. I don't want to go completely flat in this area. I want to give it a little bit of feel. So again, when you're landscaping, just don't make everything flat or one shape. Oh, Votable, that's the other thing. I don't know whether you guys know about Votable. If you don't, I'll put a link. Oh, I didn't realise there was a thing in there. Do I have dirt? Let's just fill this up. Votable. Yeah, I don't know whether you know about it, but I have a Votable page, which I should put a link on, and I'm also part of the V for Vanilla Votable community, and we have loads of good stuff going on community-wise, which you might be interested in. So do go and have a look at our Votable, my Votable page, and follow me along on that as well, where you'll get update contents and these sorts of things. But also follow the V for Vanilla one as well, because that will give you... Is that all gone? Yeah. I got rid of all that water. Well, not all of it. You'll be able to follow all the community stuff, and if you're a regular commentator and all that sort of stuff, you can be put forward for Community Member of the Week. So every time somebody's going to comment on my videos now, I'm going to put a submission in to the judging panel, and I'll put you in as one of my Community Members of the Week for taking the time to leave a comment on any of my videos. Whoops. What was I going to say about that? I was going to say something else. Oh yes! So the reason I mention it is that they have just announced a competition. It's a Minecraft building competition. Oh my goodness, look at the state here. Let's get some of this. Oops, I want you. Let's get some of this. It's a Minecraft building competition. So what they're looking for is for builders to make a luxury house in a 36 by 36 only vanilla environment. And then the winner will get $50, I think, is what the prize is. I don't know whether that prize is confirmed yet. I have to go and have a look. But if you want to join in, if you are a Minecraft maker, if you're somebody who enjoys building or playing Minecraft and think, actually, I'd like to get involved in that, then you can go along to the Votable page, read the rules, and actually, obviously, join Votable. Get on the site and follow us as a community, and you too can get involved, and you can. Submit your entrance as well. I'm going to probably do a video of mine as I make mine if I'm going to do it. I don't really like building houses, and it's in vanilla, so there are two things wrong with this. One, it's about houses, and it's a particular type of house, which is luxury house, and a luxury house is quite a wide breadth, which is good, I suppose. It's not limiting us to you know, one type of thing, I suppose. But it is a house, and I find houses to be quite dull and quite boring. But it is the competition that we've got there, so we may as well have a go and get involved. I'm just cutting through here. I want to see how this looks if I cut through to the other side, because we'll need a pathway. I suppose I could take this out, because at this rate I am going to end up, if I'm not careful, taking so much away that there is nothing left. Let's have a look. Almost, but not quite. We are going to need to do a little bit of work, I think. Let's go and get rid of some of this stuff that we're holding, so we've got a fresh inventory. So yeah, so there's the competition. Go and, as I say, there'll be a link available for you. Click on that link, go and have a look at the community, join the community, come along and see what we are up to as a V for Vanilla community as well. If you are a YouTuber yourself, you can obviously join up and start promoting your own video stuff there too, which is one of the things that I use it for. What did I do with seeds before? Carrot seeds, cocoa beans. Well, we've got wood up here, so let's do that. The one thing I am going to be able to build now, much easier than the rest of them, is some form of AE system. I'm quite pleased that they've removed that crafting issue just when I need to use it, actually. Sounds terrible, but it's true. Now, where did I put the food? The food went in here somewhere. Have we got bananas? No. It's difficult to know where I put everything. This is the sort of thing where you just dump it in a chest and then you haven't got to worry about it. Trouble is, I can't remember if I've stored anything anywhere. So, well, I've got 2 cashews. Where are my bananas? Oh, here they are. That's my sky chest that I found. Magic plants can go over here. I know that much. We'll throw those away. Did I have a bag? Clearly I didn't. Let's just dump this stuff out for now. I'll sort it out later when I go through it. You can go up the other way. Torches, sand. Let's go and get the rest of this sand. I suppose it's night time now, is it? Almost. Up we go. So, we don't want to knock all of this down. We do want to have a bit of a pathway through, however. I don't want sand on the ground here either. We will probably end up either concreting it, gravelling it, or doing something to make the pathway through to the sludge. I don't want to concrete it. I think I will probably gravel it. I want to get rid of this sand though, because it's just not good. Not my favourite ground material. I'd much rather have dirt, if anything at all. If I have to have something, it might as well be dirt. Dirt. You can go out of the way. Bump de bump. And bump 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 bump. Okay, we'll probably dig some of this out later when we put in whatever ground material I'm going to be using. But that does at least give us a bit of space at the end there to look at starting to build. Whoops, what am I sitting on? Starting to build the actual processing factory. Let's just get this into some sort of order here. Whoops. And what we'll probably do is we'll still cut this back, probably about to there. Just to make it a bit more natural-ish around the edge. Very nice. That can be filled in. And then we've really just got this edge here to work on. I'm probably going to take that whole sand piece out. Won't do that now. Don't need to do it now. I can do that off camera when we start to pretty it up. Let's have a little sleep. And get rid of this night time. Now, what I'm going to start to build this out of, I think, is concrete and marble. Marble is that sort of what I like. Well, I could use white cobblestone, but it has a much That's quite a large effect to it. Cobblestone, you can really see that quite well. But if we come over here, how big are we going to have? We don't need to have it massive. Now, I brought some concrete with me. And I've got some marble as well for the walls and such. Concrete is going to be for the floor. Let's have a little look here. I'm probably going to go from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that's even, which is a problem. We don't want even. Even is not good. 11. Because if we have even, we can't put a door in the middle. Now we could do with a double door though, so we could do it even with a double door. That would be an idea. I'm going to take out... Let's have a think. Go one more. So, what we're going to do, we're going to make just a shape on the floor to start with. Going to be gone anyway. Boom, 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 boom. I don't want to waste concrete like that. We'll do that. Oh, I forgot you run quicker on concrete, don't we? I'm actually going to take this tree and leave it. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to run that way. Let's put our dirt back in there. Oops. Oh, I didn't want to fill that up, did I? I just took it out. How big is that building going to be? 2, 3. I think that will be fine for the building that size. Put this in for now. We're probably going to change the shape of it a little bit. Let's put in oops, oh well, we'll waste a bit of concrete there. Let's put it under, because we're going to have to go underneath this anyway to put in the pipes. There will be pipes. I can now get rid of that bit, we don't need that bit. And we can get rid of this 3 over here as well. Leave that like that for now. So then what we'll just do is just really quickly in here, we'll just whip out this dirt. There we go. Let's just put in that back. Now for flooring, am I going to use concrete as flooring in here? Can we do a chisel? We need to have a look at chisel, I think, to see what other look and feels we can do, because we might be able to... Now, did I put chisel in here or did I put it back at the main base? Yeah, I put it back at the main base. Let's get rid of all this nonsense though for now. Right, let's go and see if I've got those chisels, because we don't want it all look the same, but equally I want it to be able to look a little... I don't know whether chisel is something... I don't know whether concrete, sorry, is something we can actually chisel. If not, we'll probably use stone. I don't want to have that really fast running effect, which we will get with concrete regardless, but let's have a little look at what we can do with concrete first, so at least if I don't like it, then we can be rid of it. Where did I put... Oh, they're there. Here they are. Let's have a little look. Concrete, small concrete blocks, partly weathered, concrete tile, asphalt. Well, that'd be an interesting look. Again, I'm not sure whether we run quicker on this, but let's go and have a look. I like the idea of having concrete tiles. If we do, well, we'll just have to put up with it. Yep. you know what? I don't think you do. If you chisel it away from the norm, I don't think you run very much faster on it. Which is good to know. I definitely like the look and feel of this. We're going to need factory blocks as well. I've made some previously. I don't know where I put them. I have to go and have a look and see if I can find them. See, another reason why we need a proper AE system. Or some form of inventory system. Not just specifically AE. We could use Project Red or something. But here we go. Coming together. Good. So that's going to be our base of our building. We will change that as well. I'm going to take this white marble then. Notice that I'm missing the edges out for now. Don't panic about that. Oops. Because I'm wondering whether or not I'm going to do a micro block effect on the corners. Much the same as I did actually on the dirt house back on Attack of the B-Team again. Let's take that off here. Now the main door for this unit should be in the middle, really, if it can be. I'm going to quite like the idea of doing that though. What does that give us? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our main door can be here. So it's going to be a double door. Good. We're going to come up, because basically there's going to be a boiler house, so we're going to have a chimney with a huge chimney with all the fumes. Oops. And as I said, just putting this white marble in makes it look very industrial. It looks like a whitewashed plastered wall, which is quite an industrial look. I'd like to do what Digi did actually on his Drywall 20, where he had those sort of heat sinks and stuff on the roof. Maybe that would look quite industrial, look quite good. I definitely want pipes. Let's get a feeling those doors are going to be there. I'm going to go one higher. Because it may be that when I build, and I will build, the actual sludge boiler itself, I don't know what range the sludge boiler has for whoops, this can go. I don't know what range the sludge boiler has for its negative effects, so I might have to do a bit of research for that. But if what I can do is to like put the sludge boiler like here, let's say. Well, that's not in the middle. Let's say we put the sludge boiler, or we have two of them, one on this side and one on this side potentially, and I'm able to encase them so that actually you can still see through to see them through glass, but you're too far away to actually get any of the negative effects. Unless you're standing on the back side here, I may be a problem. Not so sure. We'll have a look. But what we're also going to need to have coming out of this building is an overflow sludge pipe, which will sort of flow sludge out. So that's right for now. Do I want to marble this roof, or do I want to do something else with this roof? I'd quite like to use factory blocks. Let's go and see if we can find where I put them. I know I made some. If not, we can make them pretty easy. I think they're only stone and iron, I think, is what they used to be. Have I got any factory blocks in here? No. What's that? Oh, it's abyssal stone. I forgot I got that. I found a meteorite and decided to dig into it to see what was in the middle. And sure enough, there was that sky chest thing that I just showed you earlier. I think I used them. I think I used some of them. Oh, there you go. Here they are. So we only got 25, so we're going to need to make more of those. We know that. Oh, and I've also got some tanks in there. That's interesting to remember, because I don't want to make more tanks than I need. But we will be using the those sorts of tanks to be able to hold serious amounts of sludge. Let's go over here. Donk. Let's do a quick. This roof, I'm going to use, I think, that factory. This is going to be the roof, internal roof, not the external roof. So the external roof will look different. How dark is that going to look? Yeah, it's going to look quite dark. Not that dark. Let's have another go. Something a little lighter, maybe. A little less. Worn metal with ventilation openings. Which one have I done? Factory block, circuit block, wireframe, that one. Wall metal column, neon blue, vertical venting. What does that look like? Odd is the word. It looks odd. Well, maybe what I need to do then is a mixture of marble and factory block. So if we were to do the darker bumps and a bump, definitely therefore going to put around the edge then a marble like so. Oops. We need to put some torches down quickly actually. Oop. Throw down some torches out here, so just to lighten it up just a smidge, to hopefully mean that we will be safe-ish whilst we work. There we go. Now we'll see how bad that goes. We may still get attacked. And then what we could do maybe is put a ring of these ones in. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we sort of have, and then 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and potentially what we can look at doing is putting in some neon strip lighting in here, like maybe with some glowstone or something. There. That just breaks that up a little bit. For the walls, now you're not going to see that on top. You won't see that because we're going to be doing, I don't think we're going to have another floor necessarily. We might do, we could have another floor. But we are going to have chimneys that are going to come out at the back here. Which I think we will have to make. So if you can imagine what there's going to be, some boilers which are going to come out with carpenter blocks. The wedges coming out here to sort of give it a round shape either side. Big metal sort of back parts with huge chimneys that are going to come up either side, each of those sides, and then in here the other half of those circular boilers, if you like, with the sludge boiler in the middle. So these walls might still come out, which is fine. And then the actual pumping house, because what we're probably going to have is on this part over here is have our tanks, our vats of sludge, which are going to be stored. I don't want them to touch. So it could be something like there's a vat there, and maybe a vat here. Actually, let's get rid of that. Push this back a bit, that's fine. I might have 2 vats. Can't make up my mind now whether I want one massive vat or whether I would have 2. Try and naturalise this a little bit just to make it look a bit better. So we could have 2 vats like that, which will go right up in the air as tanks, if you like, to hold the sludge, depending on how much we get, but that's where I would quite like to put it. Let's move this out of the way just so we can pick up these plants. Just for now, we can put some lights on the outside. Put a light in the middle. Yeah, so we could have that, or we could have just one large sludge air tank, which is actually open to the air again, like I did with Attack of the B team. I'd quite like them to be enclosed this time, though. I think I'd quite like them to be enclosed. So if you can, yeah. So what they would be is wedge slopes again here and here to give them that rounder a feel to them. They would be made of factory blocks, go up probably as tall as that tree, and then those would be the two main holding tanks. They will then be fed from there into this building here. And into the sludge boilers here and here. What we are going to need though is another form of power over here, and water wheel I don't think is going to cut it. Might do, but I don't think it will. But what we could do, we could pretend actually that these boilers are going to create two things. They're going to boil the sludge, which is going to take the good stuff out of it and turn it into the plants and dirt and whatever else, clay that comes from a sludge boiler. But the other part would be water potentially, and maybe what we could have on this side is water flowing out on top of a wheel. Where's that coming from? I was talking. Over the top of a wheel, which is flowing out to sea, which is turning like that around. We could bring this through here, so we could generate a bit of power that way. That might be an idea. Let me know what you think. So this is where our sludge area is going to be. That's what we've done today. We've looked at starting to make a sludge area. I'm going to think about this one. I think what I'm going to do is a stone and marble edge, like a beveled edge around the stone and marble bevel edge all the way around there. We aren't going to put many windows in here, but we might have some windows on this side. I'm going to blow up because you're going to destroy everything I've just made. Know what you like. And then potentially we could put a little fence around this as well, just to try and keep out any hoodlums. For the top, I'll have to make a decision whether I want another story or not. I'm sort of thinking I want an office, so we could have another story at the top here. But it's a different type of feel. So we made a start. There we go. That's your episode, I think. I'm going to have to go away and think about how I'm going to do this. We'll do a little bit off camera maybe. And when I come back next time, I'll show you some of the progress made on this. But there we go. From me, Suffolk Blue, from our new sludge building, which actually has got some potential, I think. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time for some more Minecraft. And don't forget to check out the votable stuff, and don't forget to go and check out the Fallout 4 even, content video that we have just put up. So thanks so much for watching. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time for some more Minecraft. Go away, tree. Thanks.